Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for the weekly SmackDown Event Center report. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings on WWE SmackDown every Friday night, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 2128. That's right, and it's Saturday morning, because I am off work. I have Saturdays off. March 29, 2025, 12:47 a.m. March is almost over, folks, and I will be giving my shenanigans statements of the statesman pretty soon. So, be on the lookout for that. And I want to thank David St. Dennis for inviting me on his channel to do some more match game with him. Even though the funniest part about the green paper thing, I do apologize to David about that until it dawned on me. Oh, it can be about money, but he probably didn't get the definition of what didn't know that green paper could be another fancy word for money. So I said, hey, show him the doll. So. And like, hey, show where's the green paper? There's money. So he probably thinking it was construction paper. That's what it is. Green construction paper. So we knew it was a fancy name for the colored paper. It's like it's construction paper. Construction paper. I used to have those back in the day. Yeah, green paper was back in the day, man. Yeah. So, so there's that. Another thing that I want to let you guys know, the intros for both the Lima Don't Play That and Real Shenanigans on Film is complete. So, pretty soon, expect some episodes from there. But first, I'm going to talk about what happened on SmackDown last night. As you know, SmackDown emanated from... I watched it earlier this afternoon on one of the websites, one of the sites that stream it. And just to let you know that it's a huge deal. Now, it is a huge deal. So I get the so yeah, I don't know how to get Netflix internationally because I got the American version of Netflix, but overall it was aired on Netflix. So I got to watch it somewhat. And but I decided to wait until after the USA version is over. And I think this coming week will be the final week of the touring of Europe until they have to go back to the States to do the thing. So there's that. Let's talk about what happened last night on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes kicks off SmackDown, the WWE champ, undisputed WWE champ. And basically, he says, what do you want to talk about? And he and he addresses how him and John Cena are going to go face-to-face until Randy Orton comes out and interrupts him. And then Orton basically gave Cody Rhodes his flowers for, having the guts to do what he did. And he said, I'm proud of you, but there'll be one day I'm going after number 15. So, and he was telling him that I'm coming after the title. So, and then Drew McIntyre ended up coming out interrupting both Orton and Rhodes, calling them Nepo babies. I'm like, oh boy. So, and then he called Damian Priest a Timu Undertaker, or Timu Taker. And this was something else. So, and then he attempted to he hit Rhodes, but then Rhodes decided to hit back, and Orton attempts an RKO, and McIntyre retreats at this moment. Now, and this is SmackDown emanated from London, England, the O2 Arena, and the tag team titles were on the line. First matchup, as Street Profits, the newly minted champions, once again for the second time, went up against the former NXT tag team champions. Pretty deadly. England's native sons, but And the Street Profits ended up retaining the titles in a good spirited matchup. Selena Vega was still upset with the way Chelsea Green and the Secret Herbis treated her in their matchup. And, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance stood with her, said, hey, what they did to you was wrong, man. And then Secret Herbis and Chelsea Green interrupted them. And a challenge has been issued between the two teams. For the first time in WWE history, matches will be inducted into the Hall of Fame as immortal moments. And the first immortal moment would go to Bret the Hitman Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin for their WrestleMania 13 matchup. Both gentlemen will be there. I wonder if this is an alternative way to try to, get some of the wrestlers that weren't in the Hall of Fame or something like that, some recognition, So we'll see down the road what that is. So first things first, it was Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman arrive at the O2, and they had some security follow them. And the team of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter took on the Secret Herbis as a team of Alba Fire and Piper Niven. And Chelsea Green did get involved in the matchup, giving the Secret Herbis the win. And they decided to attack Selena Vega and Carter and Chance after the match. But then Selena Vega comes in, but Chelsea Green and Secret Herbis stood tall in the end. In attendance, a USC fighter from England, Oban Elliott, was there, and Grammy Award-winning singing artist, Louis Capaldi was there, and he's a big Drew McIntyre fan. Another title match in the U.S. title, LA Knight versus Braun Strowman. And as you know, if Braun Strowman wins the United States title, he will be recognized as a Grand Slam champion because he's won the Universal title, which counts as a world title, the Intercontinental title, and the Tag Team title. So this is a huge opportunity for Braun Strowman. But Jacob Fatu decided to attack Strowman during the match, ruining it, giving Strowman the victory via disqualification. And then LA Knight was upset with that and fights with Fatu after the match as well. And then Jackie Redmond interviewed Jey Uso, and then Jey Uso says he's got his design set on Gunther while he's encouraging his baby brother to defeat him. And then he saw The Miz and Carmelo Hayes mocking him, and Jimmy Uso confronted The Miz, and then Jimmy Uso decided to challenge him to a matchup. Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa confront Fatu. Fatu was upset. He says, one way or the other, I'm going to get that title with or without you guys. So, and Solo Sikoa did not take too kindly to that, I don't think. Naomi decided to address her attack on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. He says, I was Bianca Belair's best friend before Jade Cargill came to the picture, basically. And then Jade Cargill was confronting Nick Aldis about Naomi's whereabouts, and Nick Aldis was trying to calm her down. And then she walked away. She talked to B-Fab and Michin, and they were standing up for her and with her. And so, anyways, I lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot, David. Let's see, where am I? Okay, so another thing about the mysterious wrestler could be Aleister Black heading his way to SmackDown, returning to the WWE. Then before Michin's matchup against Charlotte Flair, Naomi attacked B-Fab and Michin. So before the matchup, and then Jade Cargill comes out, goes after Naomi. Naomi retreats, and then she helps the referees help out B-Fab to the back as Michin was trying to get her wits together against her match against Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair comes out, Cargill confronts and sizes up Charlotte Flair. That's a matchup that could happen down the road. Michin went one-on-one with Charlotte Flair, and thanks to Naomi's attack, Charlotte Flair won that match easily. And then Jackie Redmond interviewed Tiffany Stratton about it, and Tiffany Stratton just basically vowed to beat Charlotte Flair. I'm hoping she does. And then Randy Orton went up against the guy who called him a Nepo baby, Drew McIntyre. And during the match, there was a good matchup, but during the match, Kevin Owens showed up. Randy Orton was distracted. Drew McIntyre took advantage, hitting the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. McIntyre win the match. And then KO decided to attack Randy Orton after the matchup, but Orton fights back and KO retreats. And then guess who's coming to SmackDown next Friday? Rey Fenix will be making his WWE debut on SmackDown next Friday. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be awesome. And you know what? I'm seriously looking forward to see what one half of the Lucha Brothers are going to do, and it's going to be really, really super cool. So, hold on just a second here. Yeah, sorry, folks. My good buddy David St. Dennis messaged me, and I'm trying to respond hold on. Yep, sorry about that, folks. Once again, keep pausing. David, stop messaging me. I'm trying to do this show. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, for goodness sakes. Trying to finish up this episode on SmackDown here. Yeah, so Rey Fenix will be coming to SmackDown, making his SmackDown debut, making his WWE debut on SmackDown next Friday. Tune in. Jimmy Uso went up against The Miz, I like to call him the love child of Final Marshal Bill, and the whammy from Press Your Luck. Jimmy Uso won the matchup, but Uso addresses Gunther after the matchup, says, "I'll see you this Monday." So, McIntyre was talking to Louis Capaldi about getting together, throw two backs and getting mad, as they say. He said, "We're going to get mad, we're going to get drunk, and everything else." And Jackie Redmond interviewed him, and he was like, "I can't wait to go." And all of a sudden, he opens the door, and behind that door was Damian Priest. And Damian Priest proceeded to beat the crap out of him, and then chokeslammed him. He goes, "You think that's funny, huh?" He goes, "Rest in peace." And I was like, oh boy. Taking a line from The Undertaker. You want to make jokes on, crack jokes? Rest in peace. And so, and then CM Punk walks by, and walks to the ring with security and sees what happened to McIntyre. He starts smiling. And then I think some people commented, "Cry me a river." And I'm like, oh, I see what you did there. And I didn't get it at first. I was going to say, who's complaining? Who's complaining? And then all of a sudden I went, oh, wait a minute. I just see what you did there. Remember Jack Perry? That whole all-in situation? That's why CM Punk finally brought memory. I looked at that and said, oh, brings back memories already. He had a lot of fun with that one. So, anyways, Nick Aldis is overseeing his home country, addressing his home country, I should say, to talk about he's going to oversee the contract signing. Roman Reigns addresses the London crowd before the ring. They're singing it. He says, "I like your song," and he gives them props. Seth Rollins comes out, interrupts him, and say, "Hey, we did this," and then CM Punk comes out. So Seth Rollins signs the contract. CM Punk comes out. And he starts looking at the contract. He says, "Hey, you need a highlight? Wise man, wise him up." And then he says, "You're going to be in the main event of WrestleMania." Seth Rollins says he does not deserve that. Rollins says Punk does not deserve it. But then Punk signed it anyways. And Seth Rollins was not very happy about that. Then he thanks the crowd. He thanks Reigns, signs the contract. He says, "But that's not the favor I've been asking for." Then what is the favor? Roman Reigns thought that was the favor, and CM Punk says, no, it's not. So, what do I think of all this? It's going to be WrestleMania. When it comes back to the States, it's going to get crazy off the rails. Not only that, you got Rey Fenix making his debut next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's it. That's all the time we have on this episode of the show. As you know, we have the final Sharks and Suits Saturdays for technically today. But I'm gonna try to get some sleep, and we'll see what happens there. So, yeah, it's already 1:00 in the morning. I need to get some sleep, even though I have today off technically. So, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode of the show. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Do It for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.